I want to introduce you to my Leveluk K8. I love this machine. This is my water ionizer that I've been talking so much about and what I started my business behind. When I started researching water, my first thought was looking into filtration systems. I didn't even know what a water ionizer was, what it did, anything about it. I had no idea they even existed. So I want to share with you and kind of educate you on what this machine does and what it is versus a filtration system, because when I did buy it and started bringing my water to work at my old job, everybody just asked me what kind of filtration system I had, and I had to explain it doesn't filter the water completely, it ionizes it. So there's a science behind it. So first off, this is the Leveluk K8 by Enagic, and it does make 7 different kinds of waters, pH levels. But let me explain to you the difference between a filtration system for your home and this machine. So most of the time when people get a filtration system for their home, they're just trying to filter out the bad stuff out of the water, which you should, absolutely. This machine doesn't do that. It does have a filter inside of it that once your water comes out of your tap over here, the filter inside of this does remove chlorine, reduces sediments to 5 micrometers, so it does take out some sediments out of your water. Now, sometimes when you get a water ionizer, you actually have to get a little filtration system before the water comes into the ionizer. Reason being, you don't want to trash your ionizer and ruin it. A lot of water is hard water. I have well water, so my water is hard. It does go through a softener before it comes into our house and a couple filters. The cool thing about getting a water ionizer is there's a great company in California called Ion Faucet, and if you put in your zip code, they actually will tell you what's in your water and if you need to get any pre-filters so that you don't actually destroy your machine. For me, having well water, I actually sent them my well water test, and they told me, you know, with the filters you have coming into your house and the softener, it should be okay for your machine. So what is a water ionizer? So a water ionizer produces electrolyzed hydrogen-rich water. So what does that mean? I'll just explain to you what happens when the water comes in. So the water goes through the filter that's in here. The filter has calcium sulfate in it, active charcoal as well, and it sends the water out, makes it pure water. And then it goes and passes over these 8 titanium platinum covered plates, okay? And what it kind of does is it electrolyzes the water, and for lack of, I don't want to get too scientific, it's like lightning hitting the water. So what it does to the molecules is it splits them apart. It creates active hydrogen, so it splits off some hydrogen. It also makes the water molecules smaller, so that when you do drink the water, it gets into your cells faster. And it splits the water off to drinking water, which comes out of here, and acidic water, which comes out of here. So in essence, electrolyzed water is hydrogen-rich water. It also changes the alkalinity of the water. So that's why you can make it different pH levels. When you get water out of your tap, it's totally neutral. For bottled water, it's at a 7 pH. The pH scale runs 1 to 14. You can see it on my Instagram page. And basically the water helps put your body back in an alkaline state by changing the pH level. But it also adds hydrogen to it, which is a huge antioxidant. So 2 really good health benefits there from what this machine produces. So I just want to go over real quick, or as quickly as I can, about the different levels of water. If you can see here, you have 8.5, 9, and 9.5. This is your drinking water. This is the water you're going to use. They recommend the 9.5 for drinking. You want to kind of work your way up to that from 8.5 to 9.5, because sometimes people have a little bit of a detox, and I started at 8.5 for a couple weeks and went to the 9.5. The 9.0 is for like soups and smoothies, things like that. Also the 8.5 for coffee. I just use 9.5 for everything, to be honest, but you can use it, enhances the flavor of the coffee, enhances the flavor of tea, enhances the flavor of anything, to be quite honest, especially soups and stuff. You can really taste the vegetables and all that stuff. But the biggest thing I went through is when the first day I had it and I made coffee with it, the coffee was so much stronger and aromatic. So I've cut the amount of grounds I put in my coffee machine in half because I just don't need it, because the water just soaks into it. Same with tea. You can actually steep tea with 9.5 water and not even heating the water because it soaks in so much faster. The tea, it just seeps it. It's pretty amazing. So those are the drinking waters, and there's 3 there. Come back on. And then you have beauty water, which is, I'll start with beauty water. You have beauty water, it's 6.0. The reason why they call it beauty water is the pH level is 6, so it's a little bit astringent. So this is great for washing your face. You can use it as a toner, as a spritz. I have a little bottle I'll just keep here and refill occasionally, and I use it to just spritz my face. It feels great. A lot of beauty salons and spas will use this water on people's faces and in their machines that way. The 6.0 is great for watering your plants too. It's kind of crazy. These different levels don't just do one thing. There's actually 68 uses for this machine, the water that comes out of the machine. It's amazing. I'm not going to go over all of them right now. It'll drive you crazy. But I just wanted to share 6.0, or pH 6 is beauty water. And then you have neutral water, which is 7 pH. You may ask, why would I need that if I've got these other drinking waters? Well, you don't want to change the pH level when you're making baby formula. You want to keep it neutral. For little babies, their systems are very sensitive and you don't want to mess that up. So this would be for making bottles. Also, if you're taking medication is time release of how quickly it absorbs into your body. And when you drink the higher level of pH, it's going to absorb faster. So you want to drink neutral water so that it stays on its time release. And then you can go back to drinking the higher level pH after a certain amount of time. I believe it's a half hour, and then you can drink the other one. But when you're taking medication, you want to take neutral water. So that's why we have 7 on there. And then there's strong Kangen water and strong acidic water. So this one's just 2.5, and basically when you're drinking or using this water, most of the time you're going to take it out of here. This is the smaller side, this is the acidic side, so you don't want that. But when you're doing the 2.5, it's acidic, so it's going to come out of this hose. But the opposite is 11.5, which is going to come out of this hose. So basically, there's uses for both. So first, the 11.5. The 11.5 is great for cleaning your vegetables, cleaning any kind of food that you're going to cook, to get any of that oil residue off. Even when you buy organic vegetables, there's still a little bit of oil residue on them, so you really want to rinse them. A lot of people think, oh, it's organic, I can just throw it in the pan. No, you need to rinse it off. So this cuts oil really well. You can also use it to replace cleaners in your house. Like if you get stains on your clothes, it's great for removing soy sauce and coffee and all sorts of stuff, because it's just got this it's just a really strong pH water. It's also great for hangovers, believe it or not. Drinking a couple ounces of it, if you've had a little too much wine in the morning or a migraine, it can cut your headache right away. So it's pretty awesome, and I have used it for the occasional too much wine, which at my age it only takes a glass, and with 2 kids. Anyway, that's the 11.5. The 2.5 is strong acidic water. So what this is, it's a disinfectant. So for cuts, scrapes, bruises, it's great. I keep a bottle of it here. If my kiddos, get any of that, which they're 2 little boys, so they fall and they get scraped all the time. It's just a disinfectant. It'll just keep it cleaned out instead of using like antibacterial spray or something like that. It's great to sanitize your kitchen counters, your cutting boards. just think of it as a disinfectant. It's strong acidic water. You don't want to drink it, but it's great for a lot of things. You can disinfect your toothbrushes, dip them, just rinse them in there for 10 minutes. Just get all the germs off. So just think removes germs. So that's all the different levels of the machine. Like I said, there's actually 68 uses for what come out of this machine, which is pretty amazing because not only is it drinking water, you can replace a lot of the things that you buy in your home, cleaners, disinfectants, things like that, and saves you money. Just use your machine, but it also is great for the environment because now you're not buying cleaners in plastic bottles and then recycling. I mean, there's a whole environmental background to this machine, and I'll share that with you as well. Obviously, if you're pouring your own drinking water and keeping in your own jar and not buying bottled water, that alone is great for the environment and for you because bottled water is terrible. But it's just an amazing machine. I love my K8. So I hope this educated you a little bit. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I also have a lot of information on my website, CourtneyKnuckle.com, about the uses of the machine. And I guess that pretty much does it for today. Thanks for watching my little IGTV and getting to know me a little bit better and know this amazing machine. And if you like my IGTV, I guess hit the like button because that's good stuff for me, I guess. I'm still learning the social media. But I hope it educated you. If you have any questions, let me know. And until next time, I hope everybody has an amazing day. And I will see you on my next little episode. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.